Hello everybody, welcome to Wine World TV, the best wine show anywhere. I'm your host, Mark Fusco. Before we get started, make sure you're smashing that like button and subscribing to the channel. Every like and subscription helps build the channel. You know what's even better? Spread the word to your friends about the best wine show anywhere. Yeah, dude. Anyway, today's wine comes from Piattelli. This is a free sample provided to me back in 2023. Yep, more backlog wine. As a free sample, I have free reign to review it however I wish. So, this is another example of a winery's website whitewashing their history a bit. Who is or was Piattelli? The world may never know. All I can find out is that John and Arlene Malinsky are the founders. Kinda. You see, John owned a copier company back in the 1990s in Minnesota, don't you know? He sold it to a much larger company called Icon. You might have heard of them. After that, he dabbled in some other businesses until he and his wife took a trip to Argentina in 2002. They had heard about a struggling winery and decided to visit. They purchased or invested, the story seems to change, 50% in 2002. Then in 2008, they ended up buying the rest. Anyway, that's the origin story, but it's not on their website anywhere. The first winery is in Mendoza. In 2013, they opened another one in the Cafayate Valley in Salta, where this wine comes from. Future Mark here. So several weeks after I recorded this episode, during the editing process, I was trying to find the location of the winery and ran into a brick wall as to where the winery in Mendoza is. I did find the Salta winery in Cafayate, and so that's great and all. So I went back to the website to see if I could find things out, and I go to the trade section, which I'm almost positive I looked at some point, and I completely missed that there's a PowerPoint presentation, or if I did see it, I ignored it, but there is a little bit of a nugget of background information. So let me read the slide that you're seeing right now. In the 1940s, the Giovanni Piattelli family immigrated to Mendoza, bringing a winemaking legacy from their native Maremma in Tuscany. Their tradition and passion continue to be the strong legacy behind this prestigious wine. It goes on to give you a little bit more about the Malinskys eventually purchasing the winery. We also have a slide that shows us two winemakers. So Valeria, who I will be mentioning, she is the principal winemaker, so she's the head winemaker of the whole operation, and she's got some badass accolades. Then we have Alejandro, who is the lead winemaker in Cafayate, so he would be the person responsible for this wine. I'm also going to show you some slides that I think were relevant, that I think would be really cool if these were on the website or there was more mention of these things. I don't remember them being on the website. I'm pretty sure they're not, but these are showing things like various certifications, show you a little climate thing, show you about the rain shadow and the wind that the Andes creates. Yeah. And then I should be showing you next some Google Earth footage of where the Salta winery is. All right, so let's get back to the rest of the video. The next most important person for our purposes is their winemaker, Valeria Antolin. She's listed as a fourth-generation winemaker and was there, quote, from its birth. So I'm guessing 2002, 2008. Her bio states she's the daughter of a famous Mendoza winemaker, but that winemaker is not named. Not doubting this, but this is the kind of information I like to know. It connects the dots, and there are a lot of dots that connect in the wine industry. Cafayate, and more broadly Salta, isn't as well known as Mendoza when it comes to wine from Argentina. In 2002, Salta only produced 1.6% of the total output. For comparison, Mendoza produced 72% of the total output that year. Even with the small production, Salta and Cafayate had been getting some recognition for wines made from Torrontés, Tannat, and Cabernet Sauvignon. Even though there is a lack of background info, they do have a lot of mini bios for their staff and a page dedicated to sustainability. The main categories they highlight are sheep grazing, carbon footprint, compost, no herbicides use, biological corridors, and drip irrigation. All of these are definitely excellent things to do towards being sustainable. The website states that the Mendoza vineyard is USDA certified organic. Nothing is mentioned about organics for the Cabernet Vineyard, though I suspect they are either working towards that or at least practice organics. To be honest, most of Argentina is perfect to do organic or biodynamic farming. There is a quote earth healthy logo on the back label. Let's do that. Here you go, earth healthy logo. Where is it? Yeah, right up there. Zoom in on that. I have no idea what that means, nor could find anything related to a certification when I did a quick search for it. The website also fails to mention what this is. All right. The soils in Caferate are described as mostly free-draining, chalky loam, with some areas being quite rocky. And like pretty much all wine-growing areas in Argentina, it's considered a desert with minimal rainfall due to the rain shadow effect of the Andes Mountains. Altitude here is 1,700 meters or 5,600 feet, so we are definitely getting into some very high altitude viticulture. Because of this elevation, the sunlight is more intense, which causes thicker grape skins. Days are warm and nights are cold. This extends the growing season, which allows a slower ripening of the grapes that should allow more balanced structure. And that's it for the info. Let's get the stats for this wine. The 2022 Piattelli Vineyards Piattelli Reserve Cabernet Sauvignon. Suggested retail price $16.99. From Argentina, Salta, Cafayate. 100% Cabernet Sauvignon. Aging 8 months, French and American oak barrels. ABV 14.5%, pH 3.7, TA 5.5 grams per liter, RS 2.5 grams per liter, and cases produced 5,500. All right, let's get into the wine. You know, all these episodes I've recorded, and let's say the winery doesn't have a lot of info. I know I sound like hypercritical about all this stuff, but I mean, I just want to know, like if you have a story to tell, let's tell it. I mean, if you took over another winery, maybe the winery wasn't that great, but like maybe kind of tell us who it was. Or maybe you're not going to tell us who it was because maybe the wines really sucked and you don't want to say anything bad. I don't know. I just really like to, as much as I hated history in school, college, high school, college, all that stuff, I find history fascinating with wine. So I want to know all the background of things. Side note, one of my favorite shows is Finding Your Roots on PBS. Super fascinating show. Granted, it's almost always celebrities. So they did have a show, I think last season, where they had like 2 viewers that they brought in and they did the whole thing for them. That was so cool. I think you know, Henry Louis Gates Jr., if you are watching this stuff, me and Dad, mainly Dad, because Dad's cool. Me and Dad need to be on the show. Anyway, just pitching that for you. So, sorry, let's get into the color. Like a deep ruby, pretty opaque, a little bit of, you can see a little bit at the very, very edge. Color's pretty consistent though. Looks like a touch of orange. And what's the vintage on this? It can't be, that's not that old. 2020. So 4 years, not quite 5, like 4.5 years. Harvest would be around now. So we're at 5 years. By the way, you're watching this probably really late in 2025. It is March 19th of 2025 when I'm recording this. Anyway, let's get into it. Oh, as far as staining, moderate plus, yeah. I love Cabernet Sauvignon so much. Like, I like a lot of other grapes. I mean, Gamay is one of my favorite grapes, and Franconia and Blaufränkisch and things like that. They're like really, really spice driven. But man, Cabernet Sauvignon, especially if you get into some oak barrels, especially some new oak barrels, it's just, nothing quite like that. All right, so with that said, I mean, it smells really good. So it got really a lot of blackberry, a little bit of blueberry, a little bit of raspberry, a little bit of vanilla pie. We got like this pie aspect going on here. I haven't used the pie aspect phrase in a while. Fresh earth. I smell like I'm in the barrel room. Underground, by the way. Not above ground. Like it's underground, so it's a little musty, a little moldy, maybe. A little dusty. Maybe dark, too. I feel like a touch of green, a little fern, a little mint. So almost a milk chocolate. A little chocolate, milk chocolate. Yeah, it smells really good. All right, let's just try it. That mint is really coming through on the palate. Like, on the nose, it was like, yeah, there's probably some mint here. I'll mention it. Like spearmint. Yeah. Almost Andy's those little Andy's chocolates, just like that. Okay, maybe not just like that, but I just wanted to say that. No, it's like those little Andy's mint chocolates. Yeah. Anyway, I amuse myself so much. But blackberry for days. A little bit of raspberry, not quite blueberry. More in the nose, but not really on the palate. But it's like a blackberry pie. You got the Cool Whip on there. The Cool Whip. So you got all that going on there. Smell of oak. Smell of wood barrels. Smell of the barrels. There is this green fern, green plant thing that's in there. It's okay. Like, I've had fern and green in stuff before, and it's not quite pyrazine, like bell pepper. It is still kind of mint. You know, actually, it's kind of like a fresh mint right now. That's what I was going in kind of a negative direction, but then I thought about, no, it's more like fresh mint. Actually, yeah, I had some fresh mint in a chocolate last week, and it was not my favorite, but it was really cool. Like, it was interesting. Like, it was like fresh. It wasn't mint flavoring. It was like mint. And this was kind of like going there. It's not even the texture of like the mint. For a winery that doesn't have a lot of background that I can look up, I like it a lot. How much was this again? What was it? $17? Yeah. I like it. I like it a lot. Now, is it life-changing wine? No. Can I put it up against like a $30 or $40 bottle of wine? No. But for $17, like if this was $30, I'm like, really? It's $30? I mean, sure, fine. Yeah, under 20. I like it. I like it a lot. For what it is. I'm impressed with it. Yeah. I've seen the brand out there. So, and I didn't really know anything about it. Now I know a little bit about it, and it's good. I like it. I can recommend it to people. Cool. Gonna do it for today's show. If you like what I'm doing here, hit the like button and subscribe, and then tell your friends, and we'll see you next time with Cabernet Franc from Argentina. We'll see how that goes.